begin to move from talking about diversity, which is a diversion, to economics. Economics. We work with our chapter in the UK this year on the mission we took across that country. And because diversity is optics, it's races and faces, and it makes it good for brochures. But you can have your diversity and have no equity, no equity, no parity. Diversity has nothing to do with business development or parity. I shared with you yesterday, you who were here, that when J.P. Chase did their merger and we were there as shareholders, and they had on all the chairs diversity brochures to prove that they were good people. Notwithstanding the fact that they were the bankers for the predator, subprime and currency exchanges and payday lenders and all of that, but they were diverse. And then I asked, what were the management fees in this deal? As they cleared their throat, I said, I heard it was around $100 million. Yeah, about that. So how much of it was handled by Black Financial Services? Well, nothing. Okay. Diverse, but no economics. What about the law firm, the transactors of this? I heard it was around $750 million. I think that's right, Reverend, but how much was handled by a black or brown law firm? You know, I'm not sure. I say, is it any or nothing? Well, you understand. I say, I understand very well. What I understood was that the room was full of brochures on diversity, which at best meant jobs, but no commitment to equal share, no commitment to mutuality, to reciprocal trade, no commitment to balance of trade, no commitment to economics, to equity and parity. I want you to get used to the term of economics, because all that we fight for is measurable. Our share, a lack of share of asset managers is measurable. Am I right about that, somebody? Yes, sir. Our participation in Wall Street deal flow is measurable. In the hedge funds, our share is measurable. When FCC makes a shift, allows too few to own too much, and Sam Zell is able to buy the Chicago Tribune and the LA Times and Channel 9 and WGN, and then the next day has an all-white board over Chicago and LA, that is measurable and insulting. And they would put out a brochure today with some black, white, and brown, tall and short, fat and skinny faces. Diversity. Diversity is a diversion. I hope it doesn't shock you as you digest your food. The object of our struggle was never freedom. Freedom was not our goal. Freedom was the prerequisite to fight for equality. We had to get free to fight to get equal, Chester. If you reread Dr. King's book again, of course it's at least 40 years old now, please read that first chapter, Jim Reynolds. He talks about how our allies who marched with us to fight barbarity, they marched for freedom to offset the denial of freedoms in public accommodation, the right to vote. They were against dogs biting us. They were against horses kicking us, because it really embarrassed America. It hurt us, but it embarrassed America. And so he said, but many allies who were with us in the freedom movement forsook us when it's talked about equality. Equality involves some sharing and some investment. And so privilege and power and inheritance always trumps equality and justice. privilege and power, inheritance trumps justice and equality. So hard work matters, and effort matters, and discipline matters, and loving the Lord matters. But access and inheritance matters more in the economic world. Am I here by myself on this Tuesday afternoon? We're discussing economics. My last point before bringing on these distinguished honorees today, there is a certain joy in the room today, a certain rising expectations about Obama's candidacy and the apparent success. And he's going to win New Hampshire today. And going to have a blowout day in South Carolina. And Super Tuesday, all those states on one day was designed to stop us in '84. In '84, because they knew that we didn't have the money to advertise in a cluster of states on the same day. It backfired because we didn't have the money, but we had relationships, so we won Super Tuesday. Now, we raised $17 million and got 1,250 votes. This time, he will have $100 million. When you combine the gifts of charisma and appeal, and message, and money, and machinery, and timing, after Super Tuesday, it's just a matter of who else is going to cave in and give rise to reality that the keynote speech will be given in Denver by Barack. That's about what you're looking at. But put that in some kind of serious context, because it is always the tendency of the oppressor to try to take away from us the best of our children and leave the rest behind.